world of yoga has a deep impact on her life, so much so she decided to write a book of poetry about her passion. Mike's talking with her this morning. Good morning, Mike.
Melinda? Wow. You know, we work in a very high, stressful TV industry, so that's pretty good for us, isn't it? That's wonderful.
Absolutely.
Ooh, let's introduce our special guest this morning. First of all, Leza Lowitz, an author and poet, wrote yoga poems, Lines to Unfold By. And then Jill who is a yoga teacher. And, of course, and you're with the Open Hand Studio. What is
It's the Open Hand Studio for Yoga and the Arts. That's Jill's studio in Sebastopol.
Yes, in Sebastopol. It's a wonderful place. We're going to come down there one of these days, and you're going to kind of give us a little more insight to the world of yoga. Now, about 12 million people here in the U.S. practice the art of yoga. It is something that benefits health, mind, body, etc. Let's talk a little about this book, because I would imagine that you really are one of the pioneers in terms of incorporating yoga and poetry together, aren't you?
Yeah, I think that's one of the nice things about this book, is that it came out of my yoga practice as a kind of offshoot of going deeply inside and shutting out all of the busyness and all of the chaos in the world, and allowed me to tap into my creativity. But it's a book that people who do yoga can appreciate, understand, people who are poets, and there's so many benefits to yoga, and one of the benefits for me was to really open up into that creative element.
So in other words, you don't have to be completely involved in the world of yoga to really appreciate this book.
Not at all. I have a friend who's a private detective in San Francisco, who lives in a very different world, loves this book.
Now, we're going to do a little poetry. And Jill is going to do something, and we have only about a minute, so we have to get into it.
Okay. So this is headstand, and Jill is going to do the pose. So here's the poem. Morning light rises across the dark room like the sun up over the ocean. Forming a cup with my palms, I pour my head into it, let my legs spill against gravity, uncurling toward the sky. Standing the world on its head, everything I know is upended. What I believed was inevitable, what I once thought was solid, what I perceived as impossible, the map of certainties drawn on the sand of life upturns in the tide. And I'm born headfirst to the world again, like the sun over the Pacific, taking my time.
The book is called Yoga Poems, Lines to Unfold By Leza Lowitz, and Jill is doing the yoga down on the floor. Thanks so much. A pleasure to meet both of you, and best of luck and continued success in the book.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Back over to the desk.
Wow, it looks awesome. She makes it look easy. Ha! Have to try that. Still to come for you. A fire.